Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, timeless soulmate contract read. I'm your reader, fellow Virgo, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 years in service at the time of this timeless recording. I'm also the author of Words of Grace, From a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. You can preview it for free and get a taste of some of the wisdom that I've learned about soulmate contracts in the link in the description box, a free preview. But you know what else? I'm a creator on Patreon, have you heard? Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle, a lovely subscription platform, loving it big time. My subscribers get me every morning with an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so they chat with me. I'm usually got a cup of coffee in my bathrobe, sitting on the couch, doing it from my laptop, talking about the day's astrological weather, the spiritual implications, the magical applications, always ending with a blessing, a prayer, a meditation, or something. Great way to kick off the day, and you can watch it whenever. They're also getting Zoom classes, all levels of my subscribers, not just the morning check-ins, but the Zoom classes. We record them, so if you can't show up at the time we're recording, you can watch it back. Exclusive content will never be shown anywhere else. And you know what else they get? They get all the extended readings. Part 1 on YouTube. Part 2 you can get on Vimeo.com. There is a link in the description box. Vimeo on demand. I've had it for a really long time. I love Vimeo. But all of my subscribers, all levels, have access to all of the extended readings, past, present, and future. So, if you want the deeper experience, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more moi, come Patreon on Patreon. Because, you know, beginning, middle, and end of the day, I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but it's so much easier. Just call me Mal, right? Let's simplify if we can. My fellow mutable earth signs, us sixth housers that we are, work, career, service, healing, occupation, the whole 9 yards. If you are new to my channel, this is a contract read, a soulmate contract reads, and there is just a plethora, dare I say a plethora, of links in the description box talking about soulmate contracts, particularly one by Matt Kahn, Mattkahn. His YouTube channel, Matt Kahn, All for Love, saved my shit, if I may be, pardon my French, saved my merde, particularly the video that he did in 2018, Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. The link is in the description box. He doesn't know me. I don't know him except through his work. Blessed be. He's wonderful. As well as a bunch of my own on there discussing the subject, including a preface to the soulmate contract read, so I don't have to say the whole thing every single time. Link in the description box, blah, blah, blah. But we are going to look at this as a contract. Party number 1, party number 2, state of the contract in the middle. The foundation of any soulmate contract in the newer definition is that you help each other heal through the quantum entanglement of said soulmate contract. You have more than romantic soulmate contracts. Best friends, right? Some family members, maybe not all, right? Different than twin flames. We're not talking about twin flames. I'm sick of talking about twin flames. But helping each other heal. Vibrationally, you heal you. You are automatically vibrationally in the quantum unity of it all, healing them. So cross-watchers, apply what's in here for yourself, because there may be mirroring, right? Where party number 1 and party number 2, there could be sympathy, a symbiotic, a soothing, but also a very similar energy pattern. So in a general read, only you can feel out which side of this you're on in the contract, and by all means you can apply the information on both sides. So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. Number 1, if you got more than one romantic coal, iron in the fire, is I think what I wanted to say, then yeah, check it out. Also, your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs can have very, very different perspectives on the same truths. So, you know, check them out. And the extendeds have all been running around an hour. In the extended, we go in. We go to Tarot Town. Again, there'll be Tarot Town here, but then Divinationville is big time. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I will do my best to get us, because I'm Virgo, the guidance, clarity, guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power, clues, tips, and hints so that we can anchor happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate relationships on this planet, really maybe for the first time ever. Oh, there's been one here. There's been one there throughout time. But can you imagine that anchored into the planet's electromagnetic grid? We would be so busy making love, we'd have no energy, time, or interest in making war. Work. Please take a nice deep breath. I think that said it, huh? Still point. From explanation to divination. Here we go. Using the Caroline Myss archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. 3, please. 1 for party number 1, 1 for party number 2, and 1 for the state of the contract, which will not be turned over until it'll be the first card turned over in the extended reading, the part 2 over on Vimeo and Patreon. So what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over the head of party number 1? Controlling the electromagnetic flow of what they attract and what they repel so that they fulfill this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract in this timeless soulmate read. Good, thank you. Party number 2, same thing. Do I have to say it all over? You're gonna leave the card in my hand. Thank you. I had a really good morning with guides. I start my day with Ho'oponopono and Wim Hof breath and whatever they want I do. So please, date of the contract will not be looked at. I swear, I promise, I vow I will not look at this until we turn it over in the extended for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign and crosswatcher, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract read. State of the contract, which is sort of like the entity of the relationship itself, almost like the third entity in the relationship, right? Party number 1, party number 2, and them. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see. These 2 we could look at, and they're in the title, The Healer and the Warrior. Oh, darling, do you know how attracted I am to warrior archetypes? It's ridiculous, but come on, I'm a healer. Well, believe me. I used to have, I still have the massage table. It's a cat scratch toy now. I'm glad it had a working retirement. But now I used to do hands-on healing and, spiritual counseling and all of that. I still do spiritual counseling, but I don't think I want to do hands-on healing for anyone else but myself, or maybe bang, bang. They are the warrior. The shadow and the light written on the card indicates the healing work, right? Indicates the shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy. The archetypal pattern sending down the codes to all the other chakras, so you get exactly what you need to heal this, but maybe not what you want, but what you need. So the shadow attribute of the healer, taking advantage of those who need help. Fucking travesty, man. I can't bear that. But failing to care for oneself there, that's rampant. That is an epidemic proportion amongst healers. That's why I will never start anything of my own that is called a healing center, because the people working there have to be healing on themselves constantly to make it work. The 90s. Let's just leave that there. What you're shooting for here, if you are the healer in this, a passion to serve others by, the light blue ink, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. And honey, I am my number 1 client. Self-identity through Ho'oponopono, energy tapping, prayer, Course in Miracles, whatever it fucking takes. My guides know exactly what I need when I need it to do the healing on myself. And of course, if the healer heals thyself, in this contract, you're helping the warrior heal. So let's look at it. The lead of the warrior. Let's see if you see this on planet Earth. See, because we heal this within ourselves. Shadow to light. It heals in the world little by little, right? The shadow attribute of the warrior, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Please, after this week, please, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Please, after this week, just in the news, right? So that's global. That's in the collective unconscious, the warrior, obviously, as is the healer, right? So, what we're shooting for here, for the warrior, strength. That's what I'm most attracted to in a guy, if I'm to be totally honest, is strength. And, you know, not necessarily pick up the couch and throw it across the room kind of strength. Skill, discipline, although that's kind of cool too. Discipline and toughness of will, which is the ability to make the tough choices. Heroism. I've been holding on for a hero till the morning light for a very long time. Stoicism. Sounds very Capricorn. And self-sacrifice and conquering the ego. And now that's older language. Not conquering the ego. It's integrating the ego, the human, the hero, the immortal, the god, goddess, the ego, the personality, the soul, and the higher self. It's like Russian dolls. Thank you, Natasha Lyons. Not that she created Russian dolls, but you know what I mean, right? So woof, who doesn't want that? And if a healer can participate in getting just one more person to alchemize from the lead warrior to the golden warrior, we would see less war on this planet. Duh. Okay, let me tell you what's going to happen now. We're going to take, come here, 5 Daughters of the Moon Tarot on this side for the next 4 chakras down, crown, third eye, throat, and heart. We're going to take the Mythic Tarot, 5 of them on this side for the lower 3 chakras, sacrum, solar plexus, sacrum, and root, to look at what's going on behind the scenes in the emotional, mental world on this side, what's going on in the relationships in the world from the outside in, inside out, looking at them looking at it, a person, place, and thing on this side, and in the extended, after we flip that card, the decks switch, so you do get the full spectrum, chakras, inner and outer. It's a lot of cards, man. Otherwise, if I did all that here, this reading would be easily over, or close to 2 hours, and who needs that? Please take a nice deep breath. Right, small bites. Take human bites. Still point. Yeah. Here we go. As I call upon my goddesses of earth, the sign of Virgo. Powers of the North, please. 5 cards in clarity for the healer in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract with this warrior archetype. Fire, earth, air, water, and spirit. Fire. What is it they yearn for, they burn for? What their hearts desire. Please leave 1 card in my hand for the element of fire, what they really want in this contract. Element of earth, what they got. The fuel to feed that fire to ground and manifest their heart's desire. Just remember, that one came out really easily. So it's like it's something that you have that is probably at hand, but inside yourself, yeah? Element of air. What's the healer archetype thinking about this contract? With this warrior, known or unknown, right? This might just be where they are on romance in general. Really, that's true in all of these readings. If you haven't met them yet, it can totally be about the thoughts and the emotions. The element of water, what they're feeling about this romantic soulmate contract. This stuff can be subconscious, stuff we're not really aware of inside of ourselves, heart, third eye, crown, unless we go in. And the card of spirit, the point of view of the soul, who incarnated to play the role of this healer in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract with this warrior. Let's get these on the table, and then we'll flip them over element by element. Both fires, both earths, etc., etc., etc. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm having fun. Are we having fun yet? I am. Until we actually see what these fucking cards are. Still point. Oh, okay, I feel that. Whoa, here we go. As I call upon my gods of earth, the sign of Virgo, powers of the North, same thing, 5 cards, element spread for the warrior archetype in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract in progress with this healer. Their element of fire, what do they yearn for? What do they burn for? What do their hearts desire in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract? Please leave the card in my hand. Thank you. Element of earth. What do they have? The fuel to feed the fire, to ground and manifest their heart's desire in this contract. Element of air. What are they thinking about it? Very fast. What are they feeling about it? Okay, see what I mean? Some of them, if you can, I can't remember, but if you notice which ones come out easy and which ones come out hard. The vibe on this feels really good, but let's see what's going on then in the card of Spirit. Point of view of the soul incarnated to play the role of the warrior. Bang, bang. Patti Smith. Smythe. Because the night belongs to us and the warrior are not the same person. In this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract read with the healer. Oh, just let's look. Element of fire. What do they want? What you want? Well. Okay, so the healer wants the Five of Pentacles inside, wants an earthquake, a shift, a change in terms of the wisdom that is going on inside of them. In other words, they've been at the Four of Pentacles in this for a while, which is lovely. Fours are about rest and stability, sure, but can also be that miser, just like this, right? Rider-Waite Tarot, doing that, right? You got one under each foot, one bouncing on your head, right? This is the earthquake. Earthquakes do not take long to happen. Well, they take sometimes billions of years to actually happen, but they don't last long. That's what I mean. 10 seconds at a high Richter scale. I tried to make that all one word subconsciously. It's being shook. It is that heart. Now, being left out on the cold, nobody wants to be left out in the cold, right? So that cannot apply what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their heart's desire. So we'll keep an eye on that, because over here we got a court card. If it's a court card on this side, it's internal dynamic. Zodiac, we'll get there if it shows up. Here, this is lower three chakras. This is the Aries card. All right, cardinal fire, the King of Wands. They could want to be that, right? The warrior, Aries. It doesn't matter if they're Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Uranus. Let's leave Uranus out of it for right now. Especially because it rolls the head, unless you've got your head in Uranus. For a warrior archetype, that could be how they want to be in this. They want to be creative. They want to be initiatory, first house energy. Or this one's got that vibe. This healer has that creative Aries. Again, do they have to be Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? I don't think it ultimately matters. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But an earthquake, this one wants a rock my world, rock my heart, change it all up quickly, right? Even if it takes thousands of lifetimes. How many lifetimes do we want to keep doing this, right? But here, the initiator. No? Let's keep going. Element of earth for earth signs. See, this is, here we go. Here's a court card. This is internal dynamic. Libra. 7th house, partnerships, marriage, relationship to the shadow, right? Justice, fairness, Skadi, S-K-A-D-I, Norse ice giantess, riding a big-ass swan. That gotta be one big-ass swan. For a giantess to be, I believe we're gendering giants now. Whatever, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So this is fairness. This is love. This is Venus ruled air, cardinal air, and here we got cardinal fire. You put those two things together, amazing things can happen, but they are opposite signs, but compatible. Air and fire, not fire and water, for example, which is tricky. Because what do they have going on? The Fool. It's their leap of faith to take or not. It's the warrior is in between the worlds. They're at 0 right now. They're between world, right? The World card is behind them. The Magician card is in front of them. This is Dionysus, my god, of Virgo. The sacred contract. It's a long story. It's a very long story. Come play Patreon on Patreon. I'll talk about it. Lower 3 chakras, man. This is saying that in their relationships, root chakra, tribal, one-on-one chakra, obviously that's going on here, and their relationship with themselves and the world, they have the opportunity to take the leap of faith here. Let's see, in the physical world, which means they might be the one busting the move, and if this is who they want to be as they do it, if this is you, just know this one's, I think, got their mental, emotional balance together and could withstand, maybe, if that's what they want. Here I am, earthquake, heartquake. That's gotta be a song from the 80s, right? I hear a heartbeat, but a heartquake. Housequake. That's what I'm thinking. Prince. I know somebody said that out there. Thank you. It made it through time and space to get to me. Okay. In the element of air, what they're thinking about this, again, another court card, Taurus. Second house, life values. The great corn mother. Oh, by the way, this would be King of Swords, Cardinal air. It's a feminist deck. This is the great corn mother, fixed earth. So this Taurus would be the Queen of Pentacles, life values. This one has their values on their mind, not just, oh, I like that, not preferences, values like honesty, right? Yes, second house dynamics can be about durable goods, the things we value, but your credit rating, hopefully you value it, right? Some do, some don't, right? Your home, your car, right? Only in the physical world, but this is heart, third eye ground. So we're talking about wisdom gained of maybe their own value, right? They're thinking about, what am I worthy of? You know what? It's a lot. It's a lot because on this side they got the Tower. We got a lot of major arcana over here. I know it's only 2 out of 5, but come on, it's Poseidon, the Earthshaker, Zeus striking down the tower from on high. You know, brothers helping each other out. Poseidon, the Tower on the outer. Oh, and if I didn't say this before, I try and remember to say this. If it's a major arcana card and a chakra read of this nature, it's all 3 chakras at once. It's not where this could definitely be solar plexus, just as an example, right? We don't have outers out there. We don't have major arcanas there yet. But come on, their mind has been struck by lightning. How they're thinking about this, a lightning bolt came in and reduced them to their foundation so that they can rebuild. Think about the things that happen in our world that prove to us that what we thought was truth isn't. I love this example. I don't know why. The sun does not rise in the east and set in the west if the planet turns on an axis, and spoiler, it does, right? Something as simple as that, right? So whatever is going on here, I get why they might be willing to make this leap of faith. Of course, they have free will. Shadow or light, lead or gold. And we got heroism on the light, the gold. What's its opposite in the shadow? Villainy. You with me? This one's like, go elsewhere, Joker. Mad Hatter. Whatever. Here we go. I don't know why I went Batman. Well, you know, Bruce, he is a fucking billionaire. And he's cute. I'm a little stoic. Oh my god, totally. Like, this is I'm Batman. If you guys are not watching, oh god, what is that channel I watch? She's so amazing. She does the best Batman voice. Anyway, the element of water here, the emotional part. Again, another court card. Capricorn. This one is feeling their highest potential. Capricorn. Their emotional boundaries are being in place for sure, which would make sense why it would even indicate that maybe they are in a 4 of Pentacles if what they want is to get this shooken up, right? Maybe subconsciously, but certainly not being left out in the cold. Capricorn, Pessoa, the Buffalo Woman, Cardinal Earth, Creative Earth. Well, now we have Cardinal Fire, Cardinal Air, and Cardinal Earth. This does speak of a very creative relationship, considering we have a healing family archetype and a action family archetype. I'm sort of digging that. But this one is really taking the journey. I mean, a mountain goat does not run up a mountain. This is slow and steady when wins the race, which sounds like this healer has done their own healing. Because on this side, we've got the High Priestess. No matter what they're feeling, they're not talking about it. However, they are sitting just between the 2 pillars, just like me. That's why I have black chair on this side, white chair on that side. Right, the High Priestess, Persephone underground. Persephone as queen, as lady of the underworld. Maiden of spring, lady of summer, queen of the underworld, wife of the underworld, really. So lower 3 chakras, they're probably not communicating what they feel, if they're communicating at all. Why? Because they have this leap of faith to make. And if this is them tapping into their own intuitive interior wisdom, look, we all have more than one archetype, right? You're not just a healer. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Sacred Contracts. Read the book. Carolyn Mace's, there are 10 billion Carolyn Mace videos on YouTube. Go look. I love this, though, because it is saying that this shows more wisdom in this person, particularly if their thoughts about this have been struck by lightning. It's wise of them not to rush in. Because, you know, angels and fools, where they rush in, where they don't, etc., etc., etc. Don't know why I'm getting the king and I so much today, but I am. I don't know if you're ready for this. Can you handle it? I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly, but maybe you are. The view of the soul of the healer is the witch. Our first major arcana card, and really, boom. Heart, third eye, crown. The message over here is bring yourself into alignment, witchy woman. See how high you can fly. Right? 'Tis the season of the witch at the time of this timeless recording. Absolutely. It's the Magician card. This is being a channel of spirit. This is taking the 8th chakra archetype, turns into inspiration, information, choices, emotions, personal power, money, sex, power, one-on-one relationship, second chakra, hits that root chakra into Earth's electromagnetic field. I mean, it is the power of creativity, but there is always a choice to make to initiate this or not. Again, free will, free will, free will, location, location, location. So, interesting pair we've got here, but quite an interesting dynamic. So just real quick, we've got one spirit card, major arcana. We've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4 there. So 4 major arcana. Let's see, fire, only 1. Earth, 1, 2, 3. Water, 1. See what I'm saying here? Only 1. And air, if I'm doing this right, only 1. So what is our predominant? Spirit. Spirit. Well, with a spirit. Major arcana. So this has a lot. There's a lot going on here. Obviously. Duh. So, we're walking away from Tarot Town. We will return in the extended. We're just going around the corner to where? Divinationville, Oracleville, the Whispers of Love Oracle. Angela Hartfield, the Whispers of Love. We're going to be using her Whispers of Lord Ganesh to help remove the obstacles of the 3 atoms in lead that are not in gold. And by the way, you know what? On the periodic table, look it up. 3 atoms is lithium. Like, that's an album. That's a battery. That's a drug. It's in lepidolite. So I'm like, the things the guides ask you to Google. Seriously. So, the higher selves. The higher self of the healer collective in this, and the higher self of the warrior collective in this. 1 each. Please take a nice deep breath. I love this read. I love that it's a healer and a warrior big time. Still point. Woof. Yeah, I know. I'm having fun. As I call upon the higher selves of this healer and this warrior, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love you've got for this healer archetype in relationship to the warrior? And what's the whisper of love, piece of information, inspiration, insight for this warrior in relationship to this healer and this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, so my contract, darling. Back to what you love. Back to what you love on this side. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to evaluate what you want. You better come correct, warrior. What do you got here? Yeah. This is not an immediate thing. This is a slow and steady wins the race. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks, and that makes sense with High Priestess. Right, it takes sense that they very well may not be ready to make this leap of faith forward into a whole new world, a little Aladdin and Jasmine on a rug kind of gig. But, however, I do remember helping each other heal. Let them do that. They're helping the healer heal. Healer, heal thyself. because you're helping them too, is like I said, the whole collective. So what is it that you really want, healer? And warrior, are you willing as an action archetype to rest? To not act if your nervous system is inflamed, if you're overwhelmed, if you're angry, if you're rageful, doing the alchemy bit by bit by bit. Oh, because how could I forget? I did the witch on this side, I got so overwhelmed. This MFer's got 9 of Cups. Can you believe I almost forgot that? I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Beep. The 9 of Cups. Not the 10, but the 9, obviously. That's what the numeric cadence is. But that thing of having that self-love, right? Wish fulfillment, sure. Absolutely. Hopes and dreams fulfilled, maybe. But from the point of view of the soul of saying, honey, you have the opportunity to have this 9 of Cups for yourself, like the 9 of Pentacles, right? You're good on your own. You got your own gig, in or out, or sometimes both. This is saying, in this relationship, yes, you have the potential for that, but you got to stand in your own 9 cups and then either find and offer the 10th cup or receive the 10th cup. It's very that. But they're really close, right, to the emotional part of this. And then what if they got to go into the underworld with Persephone, who holds her torch, the guide in the underworld, one of many. But, you know, if you can get help from the queen of the underworld, because when you die at the palace, you really die at the palace. History of the world, right? All right. So now put that into consideration, right? They got that 9 of Cups up there. They are going in, or that's their choice, their option to do so here, in order to rest and relax, to allow that nervous system to unwind, right? To the ego to unravel, for them to release some of their stress, which, by the way, if these two know each other, there could be some help here. Right, there could be some real help here. It's like, you want me to rub your feet? I'm a Pisces moon, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? There's a spot right behind both of my knees. Just saying. That's why I love Capricorns, I guess. Okay, last card down. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, as I mentioned. Oh, are we going to have feline intervention in this reading? Go lay down. Little grumpy Taurus cat. Melchior. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. Not divination, a healing system, but one worth looking into. Most of my clients, I believe now, have actually purchased this for personal use. I use the mantras that show up in the readings from my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, waxing, waning, whatever it shows up, because it's in every reading. I love it that much. So it doesn't matter which side you are on here, work the mantra. Let's see what hits the table, as we're going to talk to a very, very specific higher vibrational law firm. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the ascended masters of happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contracts for the anchoring of Paradise Planet Earth, please, one card in clarity. For the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, to help them alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy within themselves, and helping each other heal consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously. All of that on a side of Mystic Pizza. Please, the perfect healing mantra, so they can manifest into the Earth's electromagnetic grid this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract in process. Don't you want to know what it is? Boom. Liberating love. Now, just on a pure, literal level, liberating this love. But how you do it, I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. Come on, a healer. That makes sense. I'm going to read it from the bookie book. For the warrior, rest and relaxation is essential, right? I'm willing to give myself all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. And ain't it that word willing, right? Oh, I allow myself. Sorry, I allow myself. So it's not a question of anything other but you allowing yourself to do this. Liberating love. And this is about tuning into your heart and where it feels. Does it feel open or closed? Camera aperture, right? Liberating love. There's only one L in this thing. La 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 la. Please take a nice deep breath. Liberating love. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give, which makes it, by the way, very Libra, very fair. Excuse me. When love is liberated, your heart remains open to all the gifts that life has to offer. When it's liberated, right? When there aren't chains around it. As love is liberated from the emotional wounds of the human condition, not the divine condition, by the way, it becomes easy to accept, forgive, and receive. Like when you're there, yeah, sure. Right? When you're in that place, absolutely. When such actions seem exhausting, you know, what seems exhausting? It becomes easy to accept, forgive, and receive. When that seems exhausting, it's simply a sign that your heart doesn't feel safe enough to remain open. Particularly for a warrior. And that doesn't necessarily mean they were in the armed forces wherever, this life or any other. Who knows? But everyone's fighting a war. Be kind. Everyone you meet is fighting a great battle. I forget who said it, but it's the quote's in my book, Words of Grace, preview free. Trying to keep this light. When this occurs, your will's freedom to embrace each tender corner of your consciousness will allow opening up to resume, which is essentially shadow work and emotional healing work. When the heart has permission to open, your love is liberated, and you can shine a light into all levels of reality to awaken the truth of all. The light, the truth, the gold. Hello. This mantra is ideal for learning how to believe in yourself, promoting self-realization, and integrating the shadow. Oof, I can call them. Well, the gods put the cards in my hand. I know what I'm talking about. I'm fun and I have cool hair. Those are my qualifications for the gig, and apparently I'm still doing it. So what we're looking at here is a healer and a warrior liberating love. Now put those two together in a sentence. Well, I just did, but think about that. So I want to write a book about a healer and a warrior liberating love. Well, I think you're in one. So novelize it, right? Autobiography of a soulmate contract. All right. So we're going to put this together in what we call a blessimation. It's a word we came up with over on Patreon. It's a blessing and a summation. And then we'll chat a little bit at the end as I release the collective, even though I'm part of it, and the cross watchers, where usually I let the goofy run free, liberating the goofy along with the love. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need. That the healer may what? Embrace their passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, and embracing their ability to transform pain into healing their own, as well as maybe, if it is so willed, with this warrior. And how do they do that, right? By really knowing that they're looking for a shakeup inside of themselves in this contract, an earthquake, something fast that really gets them from the 4, yes, to the 5, wanting to be left out in the cold, not getting that there. But the wisdom inside of that is ready to move to the 6, the fairness, the equal exchange that we see here in their element of earth. Beloved pantheons of the divine, that Libra, that balance, that Venus-driven second house, happy, healthy, balanced, just, and wise. And in their minds, they're absolutely focused on what is valuable to them lifelong: truth, honesty, integrity, compassion, healing, right? There's a life value or not. And in their emotions, they're taking it step by step, perhaps doing their own healing work here for contracts in general. But certainly the emotional work there is a heart's desire of wisdom for something that is long-term and stable, like a mountain that can have many things live on in, around, and through it, right? To create something really strong and stable with healthy boundaries by tapping into the witch that they truly are, coming into alignment, making the choices, initial choices and decisions, aligning their fire, earth, air, and water. And they do that primarily by getting back to what they love, particularly if this is a back and forth soulmate contract, because they do that. They will do that. So everybody gets their time. Go to your corner, do your healing, come back at a higher level. That's how it goes. While they're helping each other heal and may not even be aware of it. So may they be blessed with what they need on this side, and may this warrior, right, with this strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice, and conquering the ego, receive all that he needs to, either get what they want here, right? To manifest their heart's desire in the physical world, if this is that leader, Aries, cardinal fire vibe, or if this is them coming forth as an honorable and integrous, heroic, hey, Melchior, a heroic King of Wands in this situation, because it's kind of up to them, right? If they're going to jump, if they're going to lower 3 chakras, step into this in a leap of faith, because they've been struck by lightning. They got the tower in their mind. Something blew their mind and took them down to their foundations. Maybe even the foundations of parental relationships and societal this or that have been knocked down, and getting down to the base of I am love, right? And then that would make sense. Give them time. The high priestess there, Persephone, wife of the underworld, right? Wife of Hades. The secrets of birth, death, and rebirth between the two pillars, justice and mercy. Is it justice and mercy? Mercy and severity. But then we get into the Kabbalah, and that's a bit much. Being the third pillar, lower 3 chakras, because there is this 9 of Cups crowning this thing in the spirit, right? There is wish fulfillment there, but it kind of depends upon them really having their own cups full in the 9 before they move on to the 10. And how do they do that? Rest and relaxation is essential to this. Everybody needs to do that. Yes, even warriors, archetype or otherwise. Hence, the liberating love as the key to this, to balance it, to heal it, to make it happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, little by little by little by little, allowing themselves to receive all the fulfillment they're willing to give. And yes, what a good idea. Maybe if they are together, they're giving to each other, so they're allowing themselves to receive what the other one is giving, hence liberating the love all the way around. But maybe in time, both can be true, first one then the other. May they be blessed with all that they need in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, so that it anchors into the Earth's electromagnetic field, step by step, climbing up that mountain, making it more available energetically for all of the other Virgo collectives and all the other cross-watchers, and really for all of humanity. For the well-being of all. That's all. And more. And with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. So motivating. I love you freaking Virgos. Virgo power. Did you like it? Hit the thumbs up. Help the other Virgos find it, because chances are, I bet you anything, they're the healers more than the warriors, but you never know. You never can tell. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe. And as far as this series goes, you might as well hit the notification now. The notification bell now, because yesterday it took 8 hours for everything to upload, so I just waited and uploaded Leo this morning, right? Or released it. It took all night uploading. And if you want the daily, though, absolutely the guarantee, Wi-Fi and all of that, considering, come Patreon on Patreon, the daily live streams, right? So much fun. I love it. I laugh my ass off pretty much every single day, unless I'm not. The extended readings for this, as well as all of the other ones, past, present, and future, as well as now we're recording Zoom classes there. We have something called the Ho'oponopono Hangout, or as I like to call it, hanging out with a bunch of hoes, and more coming. So come Patreon on Patreon. Because I think you'll dig it. And if you're a creative type, look into it for yourself, certainly. Otherwise, if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link in the description box. I'm serious now. Booking a reading with Mel explains everything you ever wanted to know about it, booking a reading with Mel, but perhaps we're afraid to ask. We are Virgos. Otherwise, I love that. It's better than the one I used to do to end that joke, but whatever, who cares? Thank you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please have at it with this and do the best that you can, because come on, a healer and a warrior and a romantic sexual gig, sign me up. I think I might have already been signed up. Hang in there. I love you. Good luck. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.